Student, this is subject history standard 8th. Chapter number 4, the freedom struggle of 1857. Part 2. So let's begin with our first paragraph of part 2. All these rebellions took place in their respective territories. They were local in nature and single-handed. The British forcibly broke down the revolts. Public happiness was suppressed, but it did not vanish. This anger burst out in the freedom struggle of 1857. At various places, the rebellion took place against the British. The discontent in the minds of diverse classes glowed out in the form of this struggle, and its outbreak was in the form of an armed rebellion. Okay, so those who were against of the Britishers forcibly broke down their revolts. So public happiness was suppressed, but it was not vanished. So it happened, the anger burst out in the form of freedom struggle. At various places, rebellion took place against the Britishers. This discontent means dissatisfaction was in their mind of diverse classes, glowed out in the form of struggle, and its outbreak was in the form of armed rebellion. Rebellion means violent action organized by a group of people who are trying to change the political system in their country. Causes for the struggle of 1857. During pre-British period, there were many kingdoms in India. Whatever changes took place at this center never affected the village system. The village system continued as it is. But the British changed the prevalent system and tried to set up a new system. Looking at the changing nature of village system created a feeling of instability and insecurity in the minds of the people. See, earlier means during pre-British period, there were no any kingdoms. So there were many kingdoms in India. But whatever changes happened, it was not took place in the village system, village side. They were working their everyday works in very smoothly. But after interfering of the Britishers in village area, they changed their previous system and tried to set up their new system. And looking at that changing nature of village system, people started feeling instability and insecurity in their minds. They never wanted to change village system like others. They wanted to live their as usual life as it is. So that is why they got hurt by changing the system of village. Now see, the idea of an uprising had been brewing among the people. But when it finally happened, it was not planned. It broke out all of a sudden and it shook the British, as we have learned in first paragraph. Okay, now we are seeing causes for the struggle of 1857. So this revolt was the first open protest against the British by such a large number Indians, all at the same time. Okay. Also, this revolt was not confined to a particular group of a society or to a particular region. It started as a rebellion in Meerut by the sepoys of Awadh. People from various other walks of life joined in: the peasants, the zamindars, and even some erstwhile rulers. Now we will see which were causes for the struggle of this period in detail. Okay? Before studying in detail, we will see first which was the causes for struggle. We can see some points: economic exploitations of India, land revenue system, traditional Indian economy was destroyed, change in cropping pattern led to famines. Due to industrial revolution in Britain and incorrect trade policies, Indian artisans and small businessmen lost their livelihoods. Indian working in British Army were ill-treated. Doctrine of lapse, doctrine of subsidiary alliance. Zamindars, talukdars, landlords were angry as their land was seized, means confiscated, by East India Company. Forest land was confiscated and tribals were not allowed to enter into forest lands. Interference in religion and culture. These all were things there to get angry to the common people. Let's start with economic causes. The British introduced new revenue system to increase their income. Taxes were forcibly extracted from the farmers. As a result of it, the agricultural system collapsed. To sell the British goods in India and enjoy profit was the policy of the British. They imposed heavy taxes on the local industries. The handicraft and textile industry of India were ruined. Many Indian artisans became unemployed. They had growing discontent in their mind against British. See, the British introduced a revenue system to increase their income, and they were forcibly taking it from farmers. As a result, agriculture system collapsed. And Britishers, what they used to do? They used to sell their goods in India in higher price. See, and enjoy profit. Enjoy profit means they used to take lot of charge in the form of profit. They used to gain. They imposed heavy taxes also on the local industries, and which was not beneficial to common people, to the local people. The handicraft, textile industries of India, they were ruined. Their industry was collapsed completely because of doing this. Many Indian artisans became unemployed. Unemployed means jobless. They had growing discontent, means dissatisfaction. They were not satisfied with this system, and just because of these things, they got angry and they started to get the revolt against the British. Next causes, social causes. The Indians felt that the Britishers were interfering in the culture, tradition and customs of India. Sati Prohibition, Widow Remarriage Act were correct from social point of view, but the Indians thought that it is an interference in their lifestyle and hence they were dissatisfied. See, before entering Britishers in village area, there were many old systems like Sati Act, widow remarriage. They were not ready to accept. It was their traditional system. But after interfering of Britishers, they changed their culture, tradition and customs. They made changes in Sati Prohibition, widow remarriage. It was correct from social point of view, but Indians thought it was an interference in their lifestyle, and so that is why they were dissatisfied with this decision of Britishers. Students, now we will see next causes in next module. Thank you.